Go.
All right, you guys know what to do. W's in the chat if y'all can hear me. This is always a requirement. Well, on my phone here, I can hear me, but I always need to make sure with the chat first. At this point, it's tradition. Like, at first, it was just to make sure I didn't mute my mic for, like, the 7th time in a row. But now, at this point, I'm making it a tradition with the chat. There we go. NR 2055 CBW. Thank you. And welcome, everybody, to the Cutline. How are y'all doing on this Sunday night? I'm your host, Armani DePaul. And like I said, this is the Cutline. Now, let's not waste any more time here. We're going to bring on today's guest here. He is a returning guest. Do we say for the second or the third time? And, you know, let's just bring him on here. Joining us today, returning once again, my man Corey, a.k.a. It's Nothin. Corey, what's up, man?
Woo! Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Now, the reason I say, is this your second or third time? Because I believe you were last on for Coda. And then you helped with you actually technically hosted the show when I was at Homestead.
That's right, yeah.
Does that count as you as a guest, or that's what we're trying to figure out?
I don't know. I guess we'll say second time guest, only one time host.
That works.
There we go.
NR 2055 CB, my goat is back. Well, Corey, you got a fan of the chat.
Yeah. Well, I kind of left YouTube temporarily, so that's why. Yeah. But they could also be talking about Blaney, too. Because the GOAT is back. Ryan freaking Blaney is back.
Yeah, that's very true. It's about time that man finally got a win.
Oh my gosh.
He should have won, like, we were just talking about this before we went on air. That man should have won, like, 4 or 5 races this year. I mean, Homestead comes to mind. Darlington comes to mind. That's 2 right there. I believe Bristol, Bristol was just straight up Larson. But, like, I think Talladega, he was up there. Phoenix, was he up there at Phoenix, too?
I think so. I can't remember, but Ryan Blaney has been about as consistent as Kyle Larson has been. He just has not gotten the finishes because of bad luck.
Exactly.
It's just, it's tough, but you know, Ryan Blaney, I'm just happy he finally got a win again. It took way too long.
You know what the thing is with Blaney is he feels like a second half driver, and I feel like he does this every year. I mean, when was the last time Ryan Blaney got a win in the first half of the season? I mean, the year he won the title, he didn't win until the Coke 600. He didn't win in 2022. 2021, I don't even think he won until, well, he won it early in the season, I think, that year. But last year, he didn't win until Iowa. Like, he's done this a lot throughout his career where he doesn't win until, like, a couple months into the year when he really should have won a few more times.
Yeah. Man. It's been a tough year being a Blaney fan. But, yeah.
Well, I'm a Larson fan, so I don't got to worry about
it. Yeah, dude, Larson. Can we talk about Larson for a second? Of course, 2 bad races in a row. It is what it is. Not really his fault. But dude, Larson, what, like 800 some laps led in the first couple races?
Mm-hmm.
Like first 24 races. Like, I did the research, and that has only happened like twice, I think, in the last like 10, 15, 20 years.
Yes.
Both the times by Kevin Harvick.
Yes.
Like, dude, Larson is insane this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's genuinely insane.
Hey, I just want to say, I know Larson's been in a couple incidents as of late, but what did Max do this morning? What did Max do? All he did was get a 10-second penalty. That's it. But he's the greatest driver in the world, right? Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, also just saying. Just saying. Max just drives one car.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And Larson went from driving a open wheel Indy car that drives 230, 240 miles an hour to leading at the Coke 600 just a few hours later. Just saying. He did wreck, but we'll gloss over that part. We'll gloss over that part.
Oh, you got another fan in the chat. Murph turned 2.
It's everything. What up, Murph?
And our 2055 CV, Kyle Larson second title. I hope so. I actually got the Larson Championship diecast when I went to Daytona earlier this year, and that thing is so nice, even though it's basically all plastic nowadays. But that's a rant for another day. Chelsea Boy 2014. Did you hear that either LaJoy or Edwards called Carson Hocevar Harsik Hocevar? That's funny.
Wait.
Did he really
say that? Did he actually say that's crazy?
Did he?
Carson Kosovar.
That is hilarious.
I gotta go back and see if I can find that. That's funny.
Chelsea Boy 2014. Max had contact with George Russell on the last safety car restart twice, but on the second contact, he may have done it intentionally, and the FIA gave him a penalty, and he finished 10th. Yep, exactly. Max is a NASCAR driver who's stuck in F1. I've been seeing a lot of that on Twitter this morning, is that Max he's made for NASCAR. And even Will Power seems like he's made for NASCAR nowadays with how much he's using the chrome horn. Or do we call it a chrome wing because it's an Indy car? Also, Alonso finished 9th. Yeah, it's about time he got a points finish this year.
I'm so out of the loop for F1 and IndyCar. I don't even know.
All right, let's jump into it. So let's start off with the first above the cut line. And yes, this is above the cut line. But so Raja finally getting it done and getting a win at Nashville. So Raja's had a strange season, to say the least. He started the year off pretty slow. And, you know, I've met Raja a couple times. He's a really cool dude. You know, I've met his PR team a couple times. Really great people over at Spire Motorsports. So, you know, I would say I am a fan of Raja. Also, Raja graduated from an HBCU. Of course, we're seeing HBCU Premier Sports and more. I graduated from Florida Memorial University. South Florida's only HBCU, by the way. And if you don't know what that means, HBCU means Historically Black College and University. So I have a little mini bias towards Raja for a few of those reasons. So anytime he could get a win, you know, it's always happy for me. But I do want to say this again. He's kind of had a weird year, to say the least. He started the year fairly slow, not really running particularly well. It looked like he was in a sophomore slump. But something has been clicking with that 71 team the past month or so. Very slowly, they've been getting top 10s. And then they've converted those top 10s to the top 5s. And then it's finally gotten to the point where that 71 truck is starting to compete with the likes of Chandler Smith, like Lane Riggs, even with the likes of Corey Heim. And I want to say that this was easily the best drive of Raja's career. I mean, you got Lane Riggs barreling down your throat. But more importantly, you got Corey Heim, who should probably been in the Cup Series by now, barreling down your throat. And how Raja defended himself against that number 11 truck was to perfection. I mean, I was early talking with my buddy NASCAR Opinion before, you know, like, with about 20 laps to go. We were saying that if Raja's going to win this race, he's going to have to put the big boy pants on and maybe have to put a block on Heim or something just to ruffle the 11 up a little bit. And that's exactly what he did. When Heim got that run off of turn 11, actually turn 11, what? This is NASCAR. When he got when he got that run off of turn number 1 and Raja put in that block, that's exactly what he needed to do. Because he showed in that moment, and he even said it during this interview. See if we can hear it real quick.
His second, this one. Dawson, Josh, Cody, my pick crew won that race. Jerry, Zico, Dawson, Josh.
Let's see here if they'll show his
Cody.
quote.
Yeah, they won that race for us. Got us off pit road twice, so thanks to them. Thanks to Mr. H, Miss Linda, everybody at 100cars.com, the men and women at Spire Motorsports. We've been off this year, but good to get a dub tonight, man. I'm sorry I'm out of breath, but that was a lot of fun.
What's going through your mind as Corey Heim, a guy that has 4 wins already this season, is barreling down on you towards the end of that race, trying to hold off him and Lane Riggs as well?
Yeah, I don't know. I just was asking myself, how bad do you want it? I think it's
How bad do you want it? That's pretty much it. How bad do you want it? He wanted it bad enough to where he put a big block on Corey Haim and didn't show any pressure at all. I mean, Raja, he was calm, he was cool, he was collected throughout that moment. And again, you got a guy like Corey Haim barreling down your throat. That can make or break you, especially when you haven't won a race in over 30 races. It's like been like 30 races since your last win. A lot of pressure is being put on you. Some guys are even questioning, are you really going to make it to the Cup Series in the future? And Raja, with this race, to me, these are the kinds of races that really silence a lot of people. Because, yeah, you could go ahead and dominate a race, lead majority of the laps. You can also go ahead and, just get lucky. Right place, right time. Then there are races like this, where you have to earn it. You got the best guy in the series barreling down your throat, and the only way you're going to win is you got to hold that guy off. And Raja did that to perfection. That is a career-defining win for Raja Karuth, because it proved to not just him, but to everyone that when push comes to shove, he could compete with the top dogs. And that's how he got career win number 2. In my opinion, it's going to be a lot more wins in the future, because now he's got the speed and he has shown that he can compete with them, especially when it matters. So congratulations to Raja, Spire, the 71. Again, I kind of got that, personal, like that personal bias, if you will, to Raja, because again, we both went to HBCUs. I met him a couple times. But congratulations to Raja and that 71 team. Corey, what do you think about Raja's win? And you think maybe I'm under or overselling just how big of a deal it was? Not necessarily that Raja won, but how he won.
I'm going to be honest. Corey Haim is putting up a just absurdly good Truck Series season. Like, literally the best start to a NASCAR season we have ever seen. Or Truck Series season we've ever seen. And Raja just straight up said no and won that race. Like, honestly, I'm super proud of Raja. I love Raja Truth. Like, he's been doing so good. I want to see him win more. But to hold off Corey Haim is just, that's crazy. Like, he led what? How many laps did he lead at I don't know how many laps he led that race. But yeah, no, he did good. You're not overhyping that. That was good.
Take a look at the chat here. We got a bunch of Raja fans in the chat, apparently. Murph turned 2. Raja W is hype. I agree. What's up, Brookie Likes Cars? I see you in the chat as well. Raja's awesome. Brookie Likes Cars again. Raja is hype. Raja is good. Raja is God. Raja is good. I know what you meant there. Yes, Turn 11. Turn 11 in Nashville Super Speedway. I think they should probably keep Raja in the Truck Series for maybe 3 years. Well, he's in year 2. He's technically already in year 3, because we got to remember, he spent a year with GMS, which I constantly forget about. He's not a sophomore. This is year 3 with him in the Truck Series full time, because his first season was in 2023 with GMS in that 24 truck. I always forget that, by the way.
That's true. I forget that too.
NR, me too, and I'm Hispanic. Me too, do you mean you're a Raja fan, or me too, you went to an HBCU? Because I saw when that comment was posted, it was around when I was talking about that. And if you did go to an HBCU, which one did you go to? Again, if you don't know, HBCU is historically black college and university. I'm actually looking at my degree right now up top. Brookie Likes Cars. Let Raja cook, so when he gets the cup, he'll be ready, and there's a competitive seat for him. I agree. No reason to rush him. No reason to rush him. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. And this one, we tend to focus on the race weekend. What's going on in the truck, Xfinity, Cup races, you name it. But I really want to take time to talk about this documentary. You see my tweet right there, and I posted that yesterday, and I stand by it. Earnhardt might be actually not might be, in my opinion, it definitively is the best documentary that NASCAR or NASCAR related documentary ever created. When I first heard that Amazon Prime was creating a Dale Earnhardt documentary, the first thing that came to my mind was, we're doing another one of these. Like, I've talked about it before, like, I'd rather see even a Dale Jr. documentary, or maybe some obscured one like a Kevin Harvick, maybe even a Martin Truex Jr. documentary. But I'm thinking, we are really doing another documentary on Dale Earnhardt when there's hundreds of them out there. Probably not hundreds, but like, you know what I'm saying. There's plenty of them out there. Why do we need to add another one? And boy, howdy, did this documentary completely prove me wrong. You learn so much about Senior that you would have never thought before. I know typically when athletes pass away, especially when they pass away doing, like doing what they love, playing the game or driving the car or racing, you name it, things like that. I don't want to say their legacy is inflated, but like they're held to another standard. But with Earnhardt, you get everything about Senior. You learned his relationship with his kids when they were getting started. You learned that, why he was like that. You learned about the relationship between him and his father. But even just like the Senior stuff aside, of course they're going to touch on his death in 2001 at Daytona. And I have never seen Junior and Kelly more emotional and more open about how they were experiencing it than ever before. Like, Junior was damn near crying, and Kelly actually cried. Which, by the way, I just want to say this. Kelly Earnhardt is the gold standard, in my opinion, for just a GOAT sister. I mean, the fact that she literally went to military school just to protect Dale Jr., that is incredible stuff. Because she's like, I need to make sure my brother's okay. So she literally said, I told my dad, hey, put me into military school with Junior. That is insane. And to see, everything she did, everything she worked on, just, the marketing, trying to be a driver, trying to have a relationship with her dad, and just, I've gained so much more respect. Not saying I didn't have respect, but just a newfound level of respect for what Kelly did, not just for even for her dad, but again, what she did for her brother. That is the standard, in my opinion. And even Dale Jr. I mean, look, I relate to Dale Jr. in a lot of these ways. I'm not going to get into it because it's all personal stuff. There's no need to talk about that. But, so, when he talks about stuff like this, I wonder, like, I personally get interested. Because, again, I got a personal stake in that. And just to hear everything this man talks about, like, it really makes me think, wow, I feel what Junior's talking about. How open he is. Just all the details. Like, it really is one of the greatest pieces of just documentaries just out there. Not even just NASCAR, but sports, period. And it shows that Amazon is truly invested in this sport. It shows that Amazon wants to take this seriously. Yeah, they chose a easy way to do it, because anything you do about Dale Earnhardt is going to get people talking. But the way they did it was phenomenal. And even just the other little things that I noticed as well, like the relationship between him and DW when they were drivers, how they didn't like each other, how DW was basically downplaying Dale Earnhardt. They really didn't like each other. And I kind of miss that in today's NASCAR, where me personally, I don't want my athletes being friends with each other. I don't want my drivers all being friends with one another and being butt buddies. I want them to despise each other. Why? Because that's going to show on the track. If you don't like someone and they're in front of you, you're going to do everything in your power to get by them. I want to see that on the racetrack. That's also how rivalries are born. And I've also gained a new respect for Richard Childress and RCR. I mean, when you really think about it, folks, that was a one-car team. Yeah, they had a couple two-car times, like here and there. They didn't really become a true two-car team until like in the late 90s, but that was for the most part a one-car team going up against juggernauts, Hendrick, Petty, Junior Johnson, and more times than not, they destroyed them. A one-car team of misfits. It was incredible. It was really like something out of a movie. It was a fairy tale. And when you get that new perspective of that, and like you just see what the team was going through back then, everything like what RC was going through, what Dale was going through, and how they were like a perfect match for each other. And again, a one-car operation rising to the top. Imagine if JTG Doherty, a one-car team, or the Wood Brothers, a one-car team, was doing what RCR did back then. You just gain a new level of respect for what they do. And I've gained a new level of respect for RCR. And all of that is because of this documentary right here. Earnhardt. In my opinion, the greatest NASCAR-related documentary ever made. You learn, I mean, just look at my tweet. You learn so much about the Earnhardts and his life. You have a new appreciation for the Intimidator, for that era of NASCAR, for Richard Childress Racing, and just everything as a whole. And like the final sentence of my tweet says, this man lived and breathed racing until the very end. Corey, I don't know if you got a chance to watch the Earnhardt documentary, but I see you got your Earnhardt diecast in front of you. I got a 164 somewhere on my shelf over there. But actually, I also got his 1987 in a chrome right over here, and then his Orioles car. I believe this is from 2001. Yes, in 2001, his Xfinity car, or his Busch car at the time. So, did you get to see the Earnhardt documentary? If so, what did you think?
I have not yet. I want to so bad.
So here's what you hold on. Here's what I need you to do. Right when we're done with the show, I need you to get on Prime and I need you to watch it. No, there is no.
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it. I've been trying to watch it for so long, and I just never got around to it. I like that they went for the personality of Earnhardt though, over the statistics on the numbers. From what I understand, from what you said, they dive deep into the personality and the human behind Big E. Like we get to know who he was and not what he was. Also, this is not a just diecast. It is a video game that I need to replace the batteries for. So,
how is that a game?
It's got a little screen and the controls are right down there. My cousin got this for me. He was like, "Oh, you like NASCAR? Here, take this." And I'm just like, "Yes, please. Thank you. This is cool."
They would make the weirdest things for NASCAR. Like, literally, if you guys want to know, like, how big NASCAR was back in, like, just the late 90s, early 2000s, they would literally make anything with the NASCAR, just anything on it. Like, the NASCAR merch, like, literally, there'd be NASCAR, like, toy fish. There'd be these games that Corey has, apparently. Like, literally, you don't get that nowadays, which I wish we did. But you just got literally random stuff. And it was like, oh, it's NASCAR, people will buy it. That's how big it was back then.
Earnhardt was the king of marketing back then. I'll give you three guesses for an Earnhardt branded item that I found at Bristol Dirt one time. Take a wild guess.
I already mentioned it, but is it a fish?
It is not a fish.
Because the first thing that comes to my mind is that Tony Stewart fish.
Yeah, that would be cool. It is not a fish. It is not a fish.
I got nothing. Chat, we got anything in the chat? Any guesses?
It was an Earnhardt branded item that I found at one of the third-party vendors.
Why do I feel like it's going to be the most random thing?
It literally, you're never going to guess it. Should I just tell you?
Is it a Funko? Because I have an Earnhardt Funko.
No, not a Funko. Not a Funko. You probably are never going to get this. It was a roll of toilet paper. I'm not even kidding. It's had the big number 3 in the Intimidator right on the front of the packaging. And I'm just like, yep, that sounds about right for 90s NASCAR. I'm not kidding. I have a picture of it somewhere on my old phone. I gotta find that, send it to you sometime. It was crazy. It was wild.
This man said toilet paper.
Yes.
Well, I guess that would work if you're an Earnhardt fan or an Earnhardt hater. Because if you don't like Earnhardt, you could just wipe your butt with Earnhardt toilet paper. Of all the things.
Oh man, I know it's a pretty crappy idea.
CB, I wish it was the Earnhardt fish. I wish it was the Earnhardt fish.
I wish it was the Earnhardt fish too. Anyway.
Oh my god. Anyway, so the next segment was going to be around Ryan Blaney, but honestly, we kind of went over that in the beginning, just really saying about how Blaney was. I'm sorry. Like I'm still just trying to think about that. I'm just Earnhardt toilet paper. Like, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. So here's an Earnhardt diecast, right? You know, you think, okay, maybe it's a diecast or a hat or a shirt. Like for example, this is normal. This is a normal piece of Earnhardt merch. Just a regular good wrench number 3. I believe this is from like 90. I believe it's from like 97 or 98. I could tell because it doesn't have that. The spoiler is a little more like flat compared to like the arc one that they had, you know, in the early 2000s. Or what else is a normal piece of merch, you might ask? I'll bring these up from down here, but 1987 Chrome Championship car. I paid, I think, like $25 for this. Normal piece of merch, right? Normal piece of merch. Oh, more Earnhardt merch. Here, his 1996 All-Star car. Again, normal piece of merch, right? This is a normal piece of merch. If you can't tell, yes, my family was Earnhardt fans. If you can't tell. Another normal piece of merch. Actually does have how much I paid for it. $18. Earnhardt's Busch Series 2001 Orioles car. The car that he ran before the 500. You know. And the final one, I'll go get it real quick. Okay. Normal piece of merch. I want to add that. I want to emphasize that. Normal piece of merch.
Normal piece of merch. I got a normal piece of merch to show you.
So if you guys want to know a fun fact about me, I am obsessed with Funkos. I literally have about 54 Funkos right now, and I got 3 more coming into the next 2 days. If you guys want to know what they are, just ask. But here's one I got. Dale Earnhardt. Again, more of a modern piece of merch, but again, normal piece of merch. So when this man tells me that it was Earnhardt toilet paper, that's not a normal piece of merch. That is not a normal piece of merch.
I just sent you a picture. That's not the one I found, but I'm pretty sure it's very close.
Oh no. Hold on, everybody. I need to see this.
Yes.
I got nothing. Chat. Chat, help me. They should do Joey Logano toilet paper. Oh god, here we go. I would laugh. Dale Earnhardt toilet paper, really? I don't know how. Ask Corey. He's the one who saw it.
Hey, I got a picture of it, and it's stuck in my mind ever since. I gotta say.
Half of the show's gonna be us talking about Earnhardt toilet paper.
Yes.
My goodness.
Anyway, normal piece of merch, Bristol Dirt. Anyway.
I actually got. I was at the Bristol. I went to Bristol Dirt in 2022 when Kyle Busch won.
Oh, same.
You were there?
Yeah, I was right up against the catch fence.
So were we. I was with NASCAR. I was with my buddy NASCAR Penny. It was the second race we ever went to together. I was turn 4. Yeah, I was in turn 4.
Oh, we were not far from each other. That's crazy.
Wow, that's funny.
I was up against the catch fence at the grandstand, the start finish line.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll send you my vlog of it. I made a video about it.
Nice. This was before I made videos, by the way. Well, actually, did I have my podcast? I probably did have a podcast by then. I don't remember. I've had podcasts for like 6 years. They all kind of blended at this point. All right.
Fair
Enough about
anyway.
toilet paper, Bristol dirt. It's time for race weekend rankings, everybody. Yay! Woohoo! No, by the way, ignore that. No toilet paper on here. No toilet paper. Race weekend rankings, everybody. If you guys don't know how this works, hopefully you would by now. Take the races that are going on in the week. Rank them. We got one for the weekend. We got one for the whole season. We always start off with the weekend. We'll move on to the season after this one. Good? Let's dive on in. So, for the first time in a while, it feels like I actually was able to watch every race from pretty much start to finish. And you're going to see that here with my rankings. So, coming at number 3, I'm going to give it to the Xfinity race at Nashville. I thought the race was fairly good. I don't think any of these races were particularly bad, so it really comes down to which moments stand out to me. And really for the Xfinity series, there weren't many. Now, William Sawalich starting on the pole was definitely something, and then he kind of forgot that he started on pole and had a good thing going, because then he decided to wreck himself like around stage 3, and then ruin the one good thing he had all year. So that was interesting. But other than that, it was fun. It was interesting. I mean, we got Austin Hill up there, Justin Allgaier, but really when the 7 car got out there, no one was really going to challenge him. Nashville, it's a hard track to pass. You really got to time and work on your passes, not just something where you could just blaze by guys. You really have to work on, you really have to have true racecraft to get by here. And the Xfinity series, it was fine. It was a good race, but I don't think it was anything special. So I'm going to put the Cup race at number 2. And just because I thought I had a little more moments than the Xfinity series. Like you had that, what was it, Hamlin, Blaney, Byron going 3 wide for the lead at portions throughout the race. He didn't get that during the Xfinity race. You had the pit road strategy from the beginning all the way to the end. Do you go long? Do you go short? You had more interesting variables throughout the Cup race than he did the Xfinity race, in my opinion. And like we mentioned, Ryan Blaney finally got it done. Other than that, though, I mean, Arrow, we get it. But at this point, you know, I think Dale Jr. does a good job really showing a new appreciation for this style of driving, in the sense of it's kind of a game of cat and mouse, and you really got to be smart about when you make your move and when you block. Like, it's not like they don't just say it as, oh, he just blocked air, then that's it. No, like, he really emphasizes the craft that goes into it. It's kind of like when you make your blocks and your moves at a play track. You know, it's not just you're moving out of line, you're blocking here, you're blocking there. You really got to be strategic and smart with your moves. And I kind of appreciate how Dale, you know, described that when it came to, you know, making the moves for the lead or blocking or you name it. But number 1, maybe I'm biased, I'm going to give it to the truck race. I thought it was more exciting, particularly in the finish. I mean, Raja winning aside, seeing Heim barrel him down, and then seeing Lane Riggs come in at the end. So you had 3 guys under a blanket that any one of them could have won the race realistically. And it was like that for a lot of it. I mean, it wasn't just the Heim show. He had to make his way through the field a couple times. Like I said, Lane Riggs was up there. It looked like Chandler Smith might have had an edge. And again, Raja, he had to come from 10th all the way to 1st. So he had a little bit of a road to get there. So you had an exciting battle for the finish. You had action throughout. And again, more moments that popped. That's why I got the truck race at number 1. Moving on to the 2025 season. Now, for the first time in a while, I actually have gone back and redid some of these rankings. Like, you notice, I got the Indy 500 all the way up at the end, up a B tier. And I put the Coke 600 all the way at the top, A tier. I believe last week I had it somewhere in B tier at the bottom of A. But overall, made a few changes here and there, particularly with these 2 races. So where does that leave these races? Well, I wouldn't say any of these were bad races, so I'd say they were all good. I'm going to put the Xfinity race, I'm going to put it at the end of B tier. You know, once we get to like C tier, I really just barely remember what happened throughout the race, or D and F is just bad. I think this was good. Cup, I think it was better than the All-Star race. Do I think it was better than Texas? I think it was. So I'm going to put ahead of Texas. I'm going to put ahead of Atlanta here because... Yeah, I'm going to put it here. And then the truck race, I'll put it over... Like I said, we really start to get nitpicky here with a few of these. I'm going to put the truck race in the middle of B tier. I think all these were B tier races. So, there we go. That is my 2025 race weekend ranking so far. I promise one day I'm actually going to shrink this, and I really don't have a choice, or else you're not going to be able to see anything. But this is what we got so far. Still only one race in the S tier. Couple things, movements in the A tier. Some new additions in the B tier. And then C, D, and then F we got right here. So, Corey, what do you think? I know you're the one who convinced me to put Coda in S tier. But first of all, it's been a while since you've seen the list. So what do you think about the list so far as a whole, and especially where I ranked all these Nashville races?
I think you hit it pretty spot on. I would maybe move the where'd you put the Cup Series race again?
I put it in B tier, kind of in the middle of B tier.
I'd almost go A personally, just because there was action all day long, and Carson Hocevar towards the end started to run down Blaney, but in the end didn't have it. So it's like, I'd say there's, I mean, when there was 3 wide, basically, it was Hamlin, Byron, and who else was it that was battling for
Hamlin, Byron, and Blaney.
Hamlin, Byron, and Blaney. Yeah, all 3 of them were just battling for the lead, like side by side. And I didn't listen to much of the broadcast this time around, but when I listened to the broadcast in the Coke 600, I was actually working that night. Like, I couldn't watch the race, but I could listen to it, and it was basically just as good as listening to MRN. Like, their play-by-play back and forth, like it seems like they have 20 years of experience broadcasting races. Like, they were just so good. Amazon is just absolutely knocking it out of the park. Yes. I love what they're doing. They're doing phenomenal. But I'd probably agree. Cup Series and Truck Series race were the best out of the 3. Xfinity Series race, I don't remember much of it, and that goes to say how just kind of non-existent it was. But like, so a fun fact about Corey Heim is if he led, so he has led a total of 40% of the laps so far in the Truck Series. If he were to lead 40% of the laps in the Cup Series, he would have had led about 1,500 laps so far. Just to put into perspective how dominant his season is. That is, I don't think that has ever been done before. He almost has as many laps led as Larson does in the Cup Series, and we're already talking about him having a phenomenal season. And they've raced about half the times with less laps. So just throwing that into perspective, keep an eye out for Corey Heim. This is genuinely insane.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'd agree with what you put down for the tier list.
Okay. Joshua 8824 Racing. Even though there was a lot of action-packed moments, it's going to be another week where the drivers are going to say things like passing was impossible and continue to beg and plead for NASCAR to up the horsepower. Again, Nashville's always been hard to pass. Yeah. I don't think it was really a car problem. Even the Xfinity Series had hard times passing. Even the Truck Series has hard times passing. I'm always up for more horsepower, even though I do think it's more of an aero issue than a horsepower issue. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're going to complain too much unless they just lost. So, I don't know. I think this week was a good enough week. If you want to complain about it, feel like you're just nitpicking this week. Like, we had a good, solid race. Let's take it and move on to Michigan.
Yeah. Speaking of Michigan, I'm going to be there.
Ooh.
So I'm excited.
Nice.
Yep.
Next race I'll be at is Daytona.
Ooh, okay.
Well, you know, when you live in the state, and it's like 3.5 hours away.
That's the same for me in Michigan. I'm not too far from the track, so it makes it really easy.
Yes.
So.
Well,
oh yeah.
that's going to do it for, yeah, that's actually a pretty short episode this time, which,
yeah,
only about 40 minutes, so that's going to do it. But before we go, you guys already know what to do. You guys see underneath Corey. Underneath it, right there. No, oh, wait, no, right there. Yeah, you see where my pen is pointed. Yep, where Corey's pointed to. Go check out his YouTube channel. It's Nothin. In the meantime, Corey, thanks for coming on, and the floor is yours, buddy.
Absolutely. Yeah, like and subscribe, guys. And like and subscribe to the Daily Downforce, because good content. Yeah, and join us for every week for the Cutline.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm doing good, right? No.
He's got like he's like
I'm a professional, right?
He's like, did I do it right?
Did I do
it right?
Yo. No, yeah. Like and subscribe, guys. Have a good week.
That's going to do it for us, folks. And that's, like I said, Corey, thanks for coming on. And that's going to do it for us here at the Cutline, folks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Finally, we'll be back to a regularly timed scheduled episode next week. None of this 11 o'clock stuff. That's how you know I'm getting old. When I'm like, why am I still up at 11 o'clock? I should be sleeping. I feel like I'm getting old.
As a night owl, this is normal for me. I'm still vibing.
I'm a morning person. I'm not a night owl.
Oh,
thankfully,
you and me are complete opposites.
Thankfully, Michigan is at a normal time. Thankfully. But that's going to do it for us here, folks. Again, make sure to check out, like, and subscribe to the channel. Check out dailydownforce.com for all the amazing content over there. You guys can follow me on my social medias as well. You guys already know what the Twitter is. It's the same as the Instagram and the TikTok handle you see underneath my webcam down below. But that's going to do it for us, folks. We're going to wave the checkered flag. This is the Cutline. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week for Michigan.